しばらくポア村長に行ってないな。今日はあそこに行ってみるか。
おーい、旅人パイモン。
あれ、この声って。
ここだよ。流行りの言葉で言うと運命の再会ってところかな。君たちに会えるなんて思ってなかったから、今日会ったことの中で一番嬉しいよ。
こっちこそ驚いたぜ。どうしてポア村長に来たんだ。あ、もしかして何かマジックショーでもあるのか。
実は家でちょっとしたトラブルがあってね。お父様は僕たちをポア村長に移したんだ。
リネットとフレミネも来てるのか。
ああ、ハウス・オブ・ハースの大半がこっちに移ってきたよ。君も気づいたでしょ。ポア村長に人が増えたってことにさ。
ポア村長にこんなにたくさん越してくるなんて、ちょっとしたトラブルには見えないぞ。一体何があったんだ。
それは興味があるようであれば私が答えよ
うわー、びっくりした。
う。お父様いらっしゃったんですね。
オイラたちハウス・オブ・ハースに探りを入れようとしたわけじゃないんだ。ただ
緊張することはない。君たちの言葉からは真摯な気持ちが伝わってきている。それに君たちが心中に疑念を抱いていることも知っている。多くのファデュイが町に移ってきたからには何か企んでいるのではないかと疑われても無理はないだろう。気持ちはわかる。何せ君たちは今までファデュイと何度も剣を交えてきたのだからね。これからも互いの関係がずっとうまくいくという保証はない。だが少なくとも今はやり合う理由がない。そうだろう。君たちは固く手を握り合ったこともある友人だ。ハウス・オブ・ハースは誠意を見せたいと思っているよ。それにこの一件については特に言えない秘密もない。単刀直入に言おう。全てはハウス・オブ・ハースにまつわるとある噂から始まった。私たちの内部事情に関するね。
どんな噂なんだ。
ハウス・オブ・ハースに存在しない子供が一人いる。
存在しない子供ってなんか怖いぞ。
とっくにこの世を去っているはずの亡霊がハウス・オブ・ハースの影をさまよっている。だから子供たちをポア村長に移し詳しく調べようと思ったんだ。じきに見つかるだろうからその時はうまく処分すればいい。面倒なことにはならないはずだ。もしもまだ気になることや心配事があるのならしばらくここに滞在して探ってくれても構わない。家に客人が来れば子供たちもきっと喜ぶだろう。リネ、客人のもてなしは任せた。私はまだやることがあるから先に失礼する。はい、お父様。僕も君たちをハウス・オブ・ハースに招待したいと思ってたんだ。兄弟姉妹を君たちに会わせてあげたくてさ。君たちの名前は
ハウス・オブ・ハースでも有名でね。特に予言の危機が解決してからはみんな君たちの話ばっかりしてるんだ。もしよかったらおしゃべりしていかないかい？
おう、いいぜ。特に用事もないしな。でも先に言っとくけど、オイラたちはただの客で。待てよ、客ってことは美味しいものをいっぱい食べられるってことだよな。
もちろんさ。今はポア村長の一角を借りて住んでるから、ここの人を手伝って漁に出てるんだけど、毎日大漁なんだよ。今日は僕が直々に料理してあげよう。さ、まずは仮住まいまで案内するよ。この部屋は地元の人から借りたんだけど、臨時の拠点として使ってるんだ。後で片付けておくから、君たちはここに泊まっていいよ。
ありがとな。これからどこへ行くんだ？
さっき君たちと会った時、僕は物資を配ってたんだ。ポア村長に滞在してる子はかなり多いから、時々日用品を外から仕入れないといけなくてね。あんまり待たせられないから、残りのものを届けてくれよ。
なるほどな。じゃあオイラたちもついていくぜ。お前たちに関する噂はいっぱい聞くけど、どれが本当でどれが嘘かわからないんだ。普段の様子を見られるせっかくのチャンスだし、きっちり観察しておかないとな。
もちろんいいよ。ついてきて。
リネ、やっと来てくれたんだな。今日の物資は
全部ここだよ。確認して。もしもし、どうしたの？ぼーっとしちゃって。
旅人とパイモン。
本当だ。みんな来て。旅人様とパイモンお姉様が遊びに来てくれたわ。
ちょっと待ってよ。一気に囲まれたらお客さんがびっくりしちゃうでしょ。
オイラたちは大丈夫だぞ。でもオイラたちってそんなに有名なのか？
もちろんだ。お父様もリネ兄ちゃんもよくお前たちのことを話してるぞ。
君たちはリネを助けてくれた信頼できる友人なんだってお父様がおっしゃってた。今までお父様から聞いた中で最高の評価さ。それでみんな一体何者なんだってずっと議論してたんだ。
旅人の兄ちゃんは力が強くて大きな山も動かせるんだって。
パイモンお姉様は胃袋が大きくて、ホテルドゥボールの食料を3日で平らげてしまうんですってね。ちょっと待った。なんでオイラの噂は全然かっこよくないんだよ。
そうだ、お客さんが来るときはいいものを出してもてなさないとなんだろう。
別にいいぞ。オイラたちも手土産とか持ってきてないしな。遠慮しないで。私が新しく調合した薬はいかがかしら。毒薬も傷薬もあるのよ。
それかシャプロ兄ちゃんに潜入作戦のコツを教えてもらったらどうだ。シャプロ兄ちゃんはすごいんだぞ。なんて言ったって一回も失敗したことがないんだからな。
ああ、いいアイディアだな。君たちは正面突破に慣れてるだろうけど、スキルを身につけといて損はないだろうし、こっそり敵を仕留めることに関しては多少心得があるんだ。毒にやられてからは前ほど機敏に動けなくなったけど、 そばで指導するくらいなら問題ないぞ。
ちょっと待て、なんで急に薬とか戦いの話になっちゃうんだよ。
これが俺たちが出せる一番いいものだから気に入らなかったか？じゃあこうしよう。嫌いなやつの名前を教えてくれ。俺が懲らしめてきてやるよ。
フォルツ、アイロワール、そこまでだ。お客さんをもてなす時に一番大事なのは気持ちなんだよ。二人の情熱はもう十分届いてる。具体的な何かがなくたってお客さんは喜んでくれるものなんだ。これ以上しつこくしたらむしろ嫌われちゃうよ。
そうなの？
それならよかった。せっかく来てくれたお客さんなんだ。何か必要なことがあったらいつでも俺たちに言ってくれよ。
毒薬が必要だったら私に言って。お薬の配合はとっても得意なのよ。
それじゃあまたね。そろそろ物資の配布に戻るよ。
ああ、いってらっしゃい。
またね。リネ、あいつらのさっきの話って。
びっくりしただろ。これもこの家の一部分さ。フォルツは家族に捨てられた子だ。彼は幼い頃好奇心に駆られて家にいる全てのペットの首を折った。それで危険な悪い種だと思われたんだ。アイロワールは薬に異常な執着を持ってる。調合した薬を自分で飲むことはお父様に禁じられてるんだけど、それでもよく飲もうとしてるからずっと見張ってる。シャプローは僕と同年代で、僕は情報収集担当だけど彼は監視を担当してる。彼は自分の仕事が大好きでね。すごく厄介な仕事も積極的に引き受けてくれるんだ。ついていけない会話なのはわかるけど、みんな別に悪気はないんだ。ただ自分たちが思う一番いいものを君たちにあげたいだけだったんだよ。フィリオール、物資を届けに来たよ。
お疲れ様。そちらは？よその人？
紹介するよ。旅人とパイモンだ。
へえ、聞いたことあるな。最近有名になったコンビだろ。こんにちは。あんたらはずっと外を旅していろんな場所に行ってるって聞いたぜ。本当なのか？
その通りだぞ。オイラたちテイワット中を旅して回るんだ。
いいな。
ならフォンテーヌにも詳しいのか？この前上映された歌劇、4000人の盗賊っつったかな。あれは見たか？
それを初めて聞いたぜ。
ポスターを見ただけなんだけどさ、なんか良さそうな歌劇だったぜ。時間があったら見に行ってみてくれよ。
盲目の女性もぜひ見てみて。観客参加型の歌劇みたいでとても面白そうよ。今回の任務が終わったらネイルをしてみたいの。爪を別の色に染めるのよ。
じゃあ俺も髪を染めてみようかな。いくらかかるかは知らないけど。
なあ、気のせいか？こいつらさっきのやつらより付き合いやすそうな感じがするぞ。ハウス・オブ・ハースにも普通のやつがいるみたいだな。聞こえてるわよ。うわー、ごめん。
フォルツたちのことだろ。別に全員があいつらみたいってわけじゃないさ。
あのイカれたやつらきっと今頃興奮してるんでしょうね。早くスネージナヤに戻ってあの計画を実行したいって。
フィリオール、そこまでだ。
はいはい。家族の陰口はやめろでしょ。つまらないわ。行きましょう。
またな。機会があったら一緒に歌劇を見に行こうぜ。
とにかく物資も配り終わったことだし、僕たちも帰ろう。
あいつらなんかトラブってるのか？それもそうか。オイラたち今はお客さんなわけだしな。リネが行っちゃったぞ。早く追いかけようぜ。
どうだい？ハウス・オブ・ハースのメンバーに会ってみてご感想は？自分なりの判断ができるようになれってお父様が常々言ってるからね。家ではいろんな声が聞こえるんだ。僕は食べ物を用意してくる。君たちも来るかい？それじゃあ行こうか。フレミネ？そこで何してるんだ？
僕。
フレミネ、また会ったな。
こんにちは。あなたたちがうちに来てるってことは聞いてた。歓迎するよ。
ちょうどご飯を作ろうと思ってたところだから、フレミネも手伝ってくれないか？旅人とパイモンに海鮮スープを作ってあげたいって言ってたろ？
海鮮スープ、おいらよだれが出ちゃいそうだぜ。
フレミネ、さっき何か探してたんじゃないのかい？一緒に探そうか？
大丈夫。ただ余った物資がないか聞きたかっただけ。
そうだったのか。まだちょっと残ってるけど、何が欲しい？
食料と水。できれば布も。
わかった。ちょっと待ってて。食料と水。待てよ。一体何に使うんだい？最近は外出する任務もないでしょ。食事も僕たちと一緒にとってるよね。
夜になるとお腹が空くんだ。だからもう1セット欲しくって。多分成長期なのかも。
フレミネ、僕の言ったことを覚えてるかい？君は僕と違ってまだ嘘に慣れてない。一体何があったんだ？僕にも内緒にしなきゃいけないようなことなのか？
おいらたちちょっと席を外した方がいいか？
フレミネのそんな表情を見るのは初めてだよ。お父様と何か関係があるんだね。
ついてきて。
おかえり。あれ、今日は人が多いのね。新しいお友達？
こんにちは。僕はリネ。ハウス・オブ・ハースで育った。君は？
こんにちは。私もあなたと同じハウス・オブ・ハースの子供よ。クリーブって呼んで。
クリーブ？
会えて嬉しいわ。リネ、こいつの名前を聞いたことがあるのか？
ないよ。でもハウス・オブ・ハースの名簿にそんな名前が載ってないってことは確かだ。いつの間に潜り込んだのかはわからないけどね。多分この子がお父様の探してた存在しない子供なんだと思う。フレミネが見つけてきたのかい？お父様には言わなかったんだね。
僕がこの子をここにかくまってるんだ。でもまだ誰にも言ってない。
いつからだい？
だいたい半月前から。
それって 僕たちがポア村長に来たばかりの頃だよね。フレミネ、自分が何をしてたか分かってるのかい？
分かってるよ。
お父様が探してる人をかばってるんだよ。もしこの件がお父様にバレたら、関係した者の全てが罰を受けることになる。これはハウス・オブ・ハースのルールだ。お父様はどんな形だろうと裏切りを一切許さない。知ってるだろ。どうしてこんなことをした？
このままこの子を渡すわけにはいかないって思ったんだ。リネ、去年シャプローが危うく死ぬところだったのを覚えてる？任務中に毒にやられて帰ってる最中に毒が効いてきちゃったんだ。その時彼のそばには誰もいなかった。でもあの夜誰かが僕を起こしてシャプローを助けてほしいって言ったんだ。起き上がって探しても声の出所はわからなくて、半信半疑のままシャプロを探しに行って、それで彼を助けられた。こういう幽霊騒ぎはハウス・オブ・ハースで何度も起きた。リネだって覚えているはずだよ。
つまりあれは全部彼女の仕業だと？彼女が僕たちの家族を助けたって？
ハウス・オブ・ハースをさまよう亡霊が他にいないならそうとしか考えられないんだ。もしクリーブが敵なら、亡霊だろうと子供だろうと僕は迷わずに手を出すよ。だってお父様の命令だから。でもこの子は僕たちと一緒に暮らしていて、ずっとこっそり僕たちを助けてくれていたんだ。だから家族とみなすべきだと思う。何もわからないまま捕まえて処分するなんて僕にはできないよ。
じゃあこれからどうするかについては考えてるのか？ずっとここに隠れていられるわけがない。いつかはバレてしまうんだよ。
それはまだ決めてない。お父様の命令に逆らうつもりはないけど、クリーブを危険な目に遭わせるわけにもいかない。
ちょっと来てくれ。二人で話したい。
二人とも仲がいいのね。そうか？今にも喧嘩しそうな雰囲気だと思うけど。二人はとっても仲がいいはずよ。私にもそういう親友がいるから一目でわかるわ。でも友情は果たしていつまで続くかしらね。家の闇はあなたたちの想像以上に深いわ。誰も生きてここから逃げられない。
ごめんね、リネ。誰も巻き込みたくなかったんだけど。
いいタイミングだね。今はその言葉が一番聞きたくなかったよ。
どういうこと？
小さい頃君は僕のことをリネじゃなくてお兄ちゃんって呼んでた。リネットと同じようにね。僕たちはみんな孤児でお父様に引き取られて一緒に育った。多くの兄弟姉妹の中でも僕たち3人は一番仲がいい。でもだんだん君は僕を名前で呼ぶようになった。理由は分かってる。僕とリネットは血がつながっていて、ハウス・オブ・ハースに入る前から助け合って生きてきた。対して僕たちは
リネ、僕は
お互いにとって一番ひどかった時期はまだ互いの顔も知らなかった。それでもフレミネ、僕たちはずっと肩を並べて歩んできたんだ。君もリネットも僕の一番大切な人だ。代わりなんているはずがない。だからこんなことに一人で対処させるわけにはいかない。絶対にね。
まずいぞ。あいつら頭に血が上ってるみたいだ。やっぱり様子を見に行ってみようぜ。雨だわ。服を取り込まないと。
平気。心配してくれてありがとう。
一緒にいろいろやってきたし、おいらたちもう友達だろ。何か手伝えることはないか？
家のことでちょっとトラブルがあっただけだよ。僕がいるんだからお客さんたちは安心して帰ってくれ。
何かいい考えがあるのか？
普通お客さんがいる時に家庭内のトラブルが暴走することはなかなかない。そう言いたいんだろ。ありがとう。君たちには関わってほしくなかったんだけど、今は断る言葉が見つからないな。これからもし2人が何か危険な目にあったら、僕も命がけで君たちを助けるよ。
僕も。
話を戻そう。クリーブをお父様に渡すつもりがないのなら、唯一の解決方法はお父様が彼女を見つける前にその秘密を明らかにすることだ。彼女がどこから来たのか、ハウス・オブ・ハースで何をしようとしてるのか突き止める。そして彼女を静かに送り出す。姿を現した事実なんてなかったかのようにね。
その方法はすでに試したよ。
失敗したのかい？
遠くまで連れて行こうとしたんだけど、しばらくするとまた家に現れたんだ。今回僕たちがポワソン町に移ってきた時、あの子もついてきた。家がどこにあってもついてくるみたい。
亡霊についてはあまり詳しくないんだけど、何かいい方法はないかい？
そうだ、幽霊って生前の願いを叶えてあげたら執念が消えて地脈に戻っていくらしいぞ。どこで聞いたかは忘れたけど、効果ないかな？
いい案だね。後で彼女の願いを聞いてみよう。でもその前に一つ約束してくれ、フレミネ。
約束？
ああ、約束だ。これは僕たち2人でやることだ。僕たちが首謀者であって、それ以外の人は誰も巻き込んだりはしない。いいかい？
約束するよ。
小さい頃みたいに拳をぶつけて約束しよう。3、2、1。約束。
え？
リネット？
本当にびっくりしたよ。リネとどうしてここに？それからいつからいた？
お兄ちゃんのバカ。
え？
フレミネのバカ。旅人のバカ、パイモンのバカ。おいらたちまでかよ。ハウス・オブ・ハースですでにクリーブに会ってた。ついてきてないと思ってたけど、あなたたちが隠してたのね。作戦プランはもう聞いちゃった。置いてけぼりにされるのはもう嫌。私も一緒に行動したい。ダメならここの状況をお父様に報告する。そういうことだから。
交渉の余地はないみたいだね。それじゃみんなで立ち向かおう。まずはクリーブの状況を聞いてから次の計画を決めるよ。さあ早速行こう。
ごちそうさま。ご飯を持ってきてくれてありがとう。ごちそうさまって言ったけど、テーブルの上はそのままだよな。
僕が見てきた限り、クリーブは現実のものには触れられないみたい。でも食べ物の前で動きを止めることがある。彼女からすれば本当に食べているのかもしれないね。
自分が死んだことには気づいてるの？
聞いてみたけど答えてくれなかった。クリーブ自身にもよくわからないのかも。それか質問の意味を理解できないのかも。
クリーブ、今いいかい？いくつか聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
いいよ。あれ？また新しいお友達？こんにちは。私はクリーブよ。こんにちは。
クリーブ、君はどうやってハウス・オブ・ハースに入ったんだ？
どうしてそんなことを聞くの？みんな同じでしょ？召使い様に送られてきて、ここに残るしかなかった。
でもハウス・オブ・ハースの名簿に君の名前はない。それに僕も君に会ったことがない。
名簿？なるほど。ここのことをよく知らないのね。ここを支配してる人は見た目ほど善人じゃないのよ。名簿も完全なものじゃない。多くの人は初めからそこに載ってないわ。なぜならその人たちは家族じゃなくてただの実験体だから。仲間の名簿に名前はないけど処刑名簿にならあったかもね。本当なのか？召使いが。
誰かそれを証言してくれる人はいるかい？
ペルビーなら。あの子は私の一番の親友で唯一信用できる人よ。
その名前聞いたことはある？
ない。
僕も。
クリーブもその人も名簿には載ってないんだろう。でもクリーブが嘘をついてるとは思えない。この年にして魔術師の目を騙せるってことじゃなければね。話題を変えようか。クリーブ、君の願いは？
願い？
うん。何でもいいから想像してみて。もし今日が君の誕生日だったら、ろうそくを吹き消すときに何を願う？
外へ行きたい。私、日差しの下で暮らしたい。なんだ、それだけか？簡単そうじゃないか。家の闇はあなたたちの想像以上に深いわ。誰も生きてここから逃げられない。
これ以上は考えても結論は出ないみたいだね。僕の計画を聞いてくれ。これから僕はマジックで最もよく使う目くらましの方法を使って彼女を外、日差しの当たる場所に連れて行く。リネット、処刑名簿をもらってきてくれ。そこにクリーブの名前が載ってないか確認してほしい。フレミニはポア村長に残ってくれ。こんなに時間が経ってる以上、クリーブは僕たち以外の誰かとも接触していたはずだ。彼女が何を話して何をしてたのか、情報を集めてきてほしい。
わかった。
頑張るよ。
オイラたちは何をすればいいんだ？
気にかけてくれてありがとう。でもこれはハウス・オブ・ハースの内部事情だから、あんまり深く関わってほしくないんだ。君たちに余計なリスクを負わせたくない。そうだね。お父様は君たちを客人と言ってた。だからお父様のそばにいてもらえないかな。特に何もしなくていい。普通におしゃべりしててくれるだけでいいんだ。
わかった。オイラたちがその注意を引くってことだな。
マジックバードをあげるから もしお父様に何か気づかれたらこっそり飛ばして。こっちに警告が届くから念のため言っておくけど、あくまでこれは緊急用だ。お父様が感づく様子がなければ連絡は取らないでおこう。夜になったらまたここに集合だ。最悪の場合、もしお父様にバレたら洗いざらい白状してくれ。お客さんにまで罰を受けさせるわけにはいかないからね。これが僕たちの方針だ。君たちもね。さあ、ここで別れよう。お父様は近くの砂浜にいるはずだ。全てが順調にいきますように。いや、絶対うまくやらないとね。これはトラブルを解決する唯一の方法だ。クリーブ、連れて行ってあげたい場所があるんだけど、一緒に来てくれないかい？
いいよ。どこに行くの？
クリーブ、連れて行ってあげたい場所があるんだけど、一緒に来てくれないかい？
いいよ。どこに行くの？召使いとタルタリア？お前スネージナヤに戻って休養してるんじゃなかったのかよ。どうしてまだフォンテーヌにいるんだ？
おっと、君たちか。まさかここで会えるとはね。原始大会を離れてから俺は長いこと意識を失ってた。再び目を覚ました時、スネージナヤに送られる途中だと気づいたんだ。でもフォンテーヌでまだやり残したことがあるのに、そのまま帰るわけにはいかないだろ。それで無理やり起き上がって一人で帰ってきたのさ。
やり残したことってなんだ？
スカーク、俺の師匠に関することさ。師匠にもう一度会いたかったんだけど、戻ってきた頃には師匠はいなくなってた。でもまだ聞きたいことが山ほどあるから、仕方なく召使いに師匠の行方を調べてもらってたんだ。フォンテーヌにいたからには何か手がかりを残しているはずだからね。
なるほどな。それで手がかりは見つかったか？
ハウス・オブ・ハースはあらゆる方面の事情に通じているが、残念ながらそのような存在を前にしてはどうしようもない。
結局師匠はまだ俺に会う必要はないって考えてるんだろう。でも簡単に解決する話さ。俺がもっと強くなればいい。怪我を治
してからにしろよ。
もうだいぶ治ったんだけどな。ハウス・オブ・ハースのおかげさ。アイロワールって子が変な薬を飲ませてくれてね。全身が痛くなったけど回復スピードは確かに早まったな。でも今度こそ本当にお別れだ。じいさんから催促が来たんだ。帰って計画に参加しろってね。
幻冬計画。
そうだ。それから不死者のことも。帰ってあいつの長話なんて聞きたくないよ。なんとかしてもうちょっとフォンテーヌにいさせてくれないか。やっぱりリネたちに武芸を教える方が面白いんだよね。 まあ君が手合わせしてくれたらもっといいんだけど、君の全力はまだ見せてもらったことがないからね。
ずいぶん虫のいいことを言う。まあ私もじきにここを離れる。我々もその計画の一部なのでね。それにスネージ内に残っている富豪や要人に呼びつけられるというのも一種の栄誉なんじゃないのか。
勘弁してくれよ。
なんかこの二人
それでハウス・オブ・ハースのお客人たち、私に何か用か。
そのそうだぞ、リネたちのことはよく知ってるけど、お前のことはまだよく知らないからな。
そうかな。ちゃんと自己紹介した記憶があるが。
あんな軽い自己紹介に何の意味があるって言うんだ。なんでお父様を自称してるのかくらい教えてくれよ。
おっと、いい質問だね。俺も知りたいな。
君たちが知らないということは、こちらの情報工作がうまくいっているという証拠だね。このまま続けておくべきのようだ。
さすが外交官。こっちの攻勢をいとも簡単にかわすとはね。
他に用がなければ私は先に帰らせてもらう。まだ処理しなければならない厄介事が家にあるのでね。
ちょっと待ってくれ。
ほう、その質問は俺も少し気になるな。ハウス・オブ・ハースの子供たちと接触したことがあるけど、みんないい子だね。彼らを見てるとトーニャとテウセルのことを思い出すよ。もし君が彼らを裏切ったら必ず君のところに戦いに来るよ。
どうして私が彼らを裏切らねばならないんだ。
ハウス・オブ・ハースを裏切ったことがあると聞いたんだ。本当かどうかはわからないけどね。まあいいか。白状するよ。じいさん、つまりおんどりが教えてくれたんだ。
お前、子供たちに何か悪いことをしたのか？
私のしたことよりも偉大なるオンドリ殿が私をどう評価してくれているのか聞きたいね。
そうだな。仲間を数多く始末して挙句の果てに家族にまで手を出したとかか。
ほう。
その様子じゃあれは嘘なんだね。
いや、表現はあまり気に入らないがほぼ事実だと言えるだろう。厳密に言うとそれはある種の偏見なのだが、今弁明するつもりはない。偏見は真実を隠してくれる。これは私にとっては好都合だ。私はよくフォンテーヌ人だと名乗るが、実際はただフォンテーヌで育ったというだけだ。
お前、フォンテーヌ人じゃなかったのか？じゃあ、どうしてフォンテーヌを危機から助けたんだ？
フォンテーヌで何かをするなら、この身分の方が役に立つからだ。下心があるんじゃないかと疑われることもない。誰もが故郷を救いたいと思うだろう。ただし、私が本当に守りたかったのは、フォンテーヌ出身のあの子たちだ。原始大会は私には何の影響もないが、ハウス・オブ・ハースには損害をもたらすだろう。この情報で、君たちの好奇心が満たされるといいんだがね。
子供たちのためにフォンテーヌに残ったのなら裏切ることもないだろう。俺がうがちすぎだったな。悪かった。
言っただろ。 それはむしろ好都合なのだと。
それはそうと、ハウス・オブ・ハースで療養してる間にすごく興味をそそられる話を聞いたんだ。ハウス・オブ・ハースでは家族間でトラブルが起きたら喧嘩して負けた方が譲るそうじゃないか。それって正々堂々と手合わせができるってことかい？
それはここ数年の話だね。もっと昔ならそんなにいい話ではなかった。負けた方が全てを失うんだ。自分の命もね。
危なすぎだろ。変わってよかったぜ。
今の雰囲気は気に入ってるよ。それどころかちょっぴり羨ましいくらいだ。君にはこんなにたくさん家族がいて一緒に暮らせるんだからね。
家族が多すぎると喧嘩やいざこざが多くなる。トーニャやテウセルが反抗期に入ったらその気持ちがわかるだろう。想像してみるといい。テウセルがオンドリのヒゲを抜くのにハマり、トーニャが自分の髪を42色に染める。
ストップ。完全に理解したよ。あっという間にもうこんな時間だ。そろそろ行かないと。旅人パイモン、次はどこで会えるかわからないけど機会があったらまた勝負しよう。
だからまずは怪我を治せって。
それと今回はありがとうな、アルレッキーノ。
礼を言う必要はない。神の心が手に入ったのは君のおかげでもあるのだから。お互い貸し借りなしだ。
それも悪くないか。それじゃまた。
おいらたちも行こうぜ。お前も一緒に帰るか？
なんだ、早く帰ってほしいのか？
それは。
夜風が気持ちいいんだ。ここに残ってちょっと考え事をすることにする。大したお構いができず申し訳なかったね。良い夜を。
やっと夜になったぞ。タルタリアが召使いを引き止めてくれて助かったぜ。あいつ気づいてなかったよな。リネの方はどうなってるんだろう。早く戻って確かめようぜ。
もう少しここにいたいのか？ならば一緒に海を眺めよう。もう少しここにいたいのか？ならば一緒に海を眺めよう。
風を知れ。
それ！
リネ、どうだった？何か進捗はあったか？
話すと長くなるんだけど、 こっちはちょっとトラブルがあってね。クリーブは日差しの当たるところには行けないみたいなんだ。僕は彼女を連れて地上まで行った。そこまでは順調だったんだよ。でも影になっているところから日向へと踏み出した瞬間、突然彼女の姿が消えたことに気づいたんだ。振り向くと彼女は影の隅っこに立ったまま静かに僕を見つめてた。
あいつ日差しが苦手なのか？いや、でももしそうだったら日差しの下で暮らしたいなんて言うはずないよな。あいつの背中を押してみたか？それもそうか。
とにかくいろんな方法を試してみたけど、どれもうまくいかなかった。そのうち太陽が沈んできたから、結局連れ戻るしかなかったんだ。リネット、そっちはどうだった？
名簿は手に入れた。ここ。本当か？オイラに見せてくれ。こんなにたくさんあるのか。全部読むのに一体どれだけかかるんだよ。
手分けして読もう。ちょっとずつね。はい。
ラポイヤード、ランドワード、ジャンベル、オレール。うわ、このオレールってやつ、顔にすっごい傷跡があるぞ。なんか怖そうなやつだな。
あ、その人となら話したことあるよ。ある任務で怪我をしてたんだけど、その時は好きな人に嫌われちゃうって冗談を言ってたな。
お前はどう返したんだ？
好きな人がいるのって聞いたら、いないって言われて、それでおしまい。でもその後彼は本当に誰かを好きになったらしい。その人のために家から逃げ出そうとしたけど、その目論見は成功しなかった。ある日彼はお父様に呼び出されて、それ以来二度と会ってない。
つまりあいつは召使いに。
残酷だけどそれが家のルールだ。ハウス・オブ・ハースでは誰もが多くの秘密を握ってる。だから裏切りは許されない。家から出たければ命を代価として差し出さないといけないんだ。ないね。でもそれも無理ないか。この名簿は不完全で直近の5年間のものしか載ってないんだ。別の方向から調べよう。フレミネ、何か分かったかい？フレミネ？
ごめん、考え事してた。他の人たちと話してみたんだけど、家の雰囲気がちょっと変だったんだ。
変？
うん。実はこの間、家で大きな論争があって、例えばシャプローとフィリオールの間とか。
物資を配ってた時に会ったやつらか？確かにあいつらって雰囲気も話題も全然違ったよな。
簡単なことさ。お父様は僕たちをハウス・オブ・ハースに連れてきて知識と武芸を授けてくださったけど、誰もが心からここに残りたいと思ってるわけじゃない。ハウス・オブ・ハースに入った僕たちは自動的にファデュイとしてラベリングされるけど、多くの人にとってそれは堂々と口にできる身分じゃないんだ。成長するにつれ一部の人は別の考えを抱くようになる。でもハウス・オブ・ハースにはルールがあるから、 口に出すのははばかられる。シャプローやフォルツはお父様を認めて支持しているし、ファデュイであることを誇りに思ってるけど、フィリオールやナントゥイユにとってそういう気持ちはずっと希薄だった。
こんなトラブルは常に存在し続けてる。もちろんお父様も知ってるはずだよ。
でもなんだか状況が深刻になった気がするんだ。フィリオールたちはこっそり集まって何かを話してるみたいだ。あくまで僕の推測だけど、彼らはクリーブに会ったことがあるんだと思う。
クリーブが彼らを先導してると思うのかい？
それはないと思うけど、もしかしたらクリーブはみんなに誰も知らない家の闇を教えたのかもしれない。僕もクリーブから聞いたんだ。子供たちを実験体にしてるとか、力を持たない人は戦場に出されるとか。
フィリオールたちはその話を信じたのかい？全く証拠のないことだよ。
信じたとは限らないと思う。でもいい口実ができた。
やっぱり根本的な原因は幻冬計画なのか。
ちょっとゆっくり話してくれよ。召使いも幻冬計画って言ってたけど、それは一体何なんだ？
ごめん、僕も詳細は知らないんだ。ファトゥスのオンドリとフシャが手を組んで推し進めてる計画で、ファデュイのこれからの戦略に関わってるってことだけお父様から聞いた。神の心を無事手に入れたおかげでハウス・オブ・ハースは認められて、幻冬計画でとても重要な仕事を割り振られた。
それっていいことじゃないのか？
重要というのは危険に等しい。僕たちにとってはかなり困った事態なんだ。お父様も相当悩まされてるけど、それでも断れない。彼らの計画は合理的だし、僕たちに巨額の経費を与えた。でもこの計画を実行するとなると、こちらは多くの犠牲を払うことになる。これもある意味制圧なんだろう。彼らは情報を扱う部署をコントロールできないことに不安を感じてるんだ。
ファデュイの内部がそんなに複雑な状況だとは思わなかったぜ。でもそれがお前の家で起こってるトラブルと何の関係があるんだ？
外部からの刺激は内部の対立を激化させる。死の恐怖に心が押しつぶされると、一部の人は間違った行動をとってしまうかもしれない。クリーブの件を解決すれば全てが元通りになると思ってたけど、今の状況は思ってた以上に厄介だ。もしフィリオールたちをこのまま放っておいたら、お父様は遅かれ早かれ手を下すだろうね。
お兄ちゃん、私たちは目の前のことに集中するしかない。
うん、それもそうだね。今からフィリオールたちを訪ねてもすぐに成果が得られるわけじゃないし、むしろ逆効果だ。とりあえずまずはクリーブを送り出す方法を考えよう。もう遅いからひとまず戻って休もうか。明日日が昇ったらすぐに出発だ。リネット、今回は僕と一緒に来て。フレミネ、フィリオールたちが間違ったことをしないように見張りを頼むよ。今日はみんなお疲れ様。明日もよろしくね。おやすみ。
風の行く先を。
早く寝ないとなのに全然眠れないぞ。もし召使いがリネたちのやったことを知ったら怒るかな。あいつ笑ってるだけでも怖いのに、もし怒ったら絶対にオイラの
行こう。
Over there! Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! Clearvy! Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. You're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough. You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross. I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? There's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else. Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer. She looks so young. But it seems like she's been through a lot. It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight. Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do? Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairvy last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
distract you? Good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Lynn and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable, and the punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here. I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time. It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
What exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going. Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with Mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
This place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Paimon.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Paimon, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Paimon was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Paimon that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained. Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere, the very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle, but ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruere end her life. From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand the difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Here they are, Father.
Oh, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Winnie!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoi, Sato, Tadi. Nantoi clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoi, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Linny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Oh, looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Delved into debt.
This is my turn now.
Is order.
And voila!
With these rising flames! How amusing.
Solidify!
Over here!
How amusing. With these rising flames!
I really have to draw my blade.
Now that's more like it.
As one with wind and cloud.
Written in the stars.
Water jet! Stabilize!
With these rising flames!
Now's our chance.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Is it my turn now?
Go! Gather!
Try to pace yourself.
The countdown has begun. Like a fly tangled in a web.
Shadows of fate.
With these rising flames!
Stabilize!
Watch out for Father's movements.
Is it my turn?
Solidify!
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Gather!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Water jet!
Getting here.
How amusing.
Emergency countermeasures aren't my thing. Solidify!
Closer now.
Go!
Now's our chance.
Stabilize! Water! Order guide you!
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Solidify!
How amusing.
Fate is upon you.
Look out!
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Go!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent.
And voila!
Is it my turn now?
This is the end.
Seared away.
Solidify!
My blade is all that remains.
Watch out for Father's movements. Kick out!
Let me scry.
Water jet!
Written in the stars.
Stabilize!
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. All hope has been extinguished.
Go! Gather!
Now's our chance!
Over here.
Your punishment made manifest.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Delve into death.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you alright?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away. If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down, but I really...
Don't cry, filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, Did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless. Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight! You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day. Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly, all thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Sabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Sabina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Sabina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Sabina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Sabina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filio and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough.